Hello, I'm Eric Baker, the Executive Chef of the Hilton Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport Mall of America property. I've been cooking since 1975 in various kitchens in Connecticut, Colorado, Cape Cod, Illinois, and I've been in Minnesota, and I've been at the Hilton for going on 25 years now. Today I've invited you into my home kitchen to cook with the new line from Nordic Ware, ProCastTraditions. Let's take a look. Today I'll be making my version of paella in the brazier pan from the ProCastTraditions, and I have some saffron rice, some venison wild game sausage, clams and mussels, and blue prawns in here. We're just gonna throw that in the oven and finish it off. And as you can see, this lid fits perfectly to seal in all the moisture. Fits nice in the oven, and there we go. The oven's at 350. So I'm going to check on the paella. Ooh, the lid sealed in all the moisture. It looks delicious, ready to eat. I have the Dutch oven here, and I've prepared clam chowder. This lid is easy to take on and off. It's light, and as you can see, the moisture didn't really stick to the top. In here is my clam chowder. I started off with sauteing the onions, celery, adding the clams in the broth and potatoes, and thickening up a little bit and adding the cream and some herbs, thyme, parsley, and marjoram. And it worked out fantastic in this Dutch oven. It didn't stick to the bottom, and you can reheat a soup like this in the Dutch oven, and heats up nice and evenly, and the lid fits on, keeps the heat in there, and you can store it that way too. The handles, grips on these are easy to pick up. It's lightweight compared to cast iron, and works out wonderful. Alright, I have a beautiful piece of Chinook king salmon here, and I'm going to put some of my Minnesota River Valley rub on it. So I'm just going to lightly put a little oil on here, and then I'm going to dunk it in the rub. Alright. I have the 9x9 square baker here, and we have our salmon with the rub on it. And I'm going to put a little oil, olive oil in there, and then throw the salmon in. And with the nonstick pan, you really don't need to put much oil in it at all. Alright, I have my very nice Chinook salmon with the rub on it. And I'm going to take that and throw it in our square baker and sear it. That'll take a minute or two. Ooh, that smells delicious, making me hungry. And I've used this pan before, and it sears the meat or seafood very evenly. And what we can do too is start it off in this pan on the stove, and then go to the oven. Oh, that looks beautiful. So the rub is nicely browned on there, searing in the flavor. I have some roasted vegetables in here, some red onions, red peppers, yellow squash, zucchini, portobello mushrooms, and a little rosemary, thyme, and olive oil. And I roasted them. I'm just storing them in the saute pan, and then we're going to move them over to the 9x9 square baker. Okay, so we have our vegetables in the pan. I'm going to add a couple potatoes too. I have some fingerling potatoes, purple and just Yukons. We'll take the salmon and throw it on top of this. And then we're going to take the salmon and roasted vegetables and throw them in the oven. The temperature is 350. The square baker is perfect for this salmon. It fits the burner nice. It's good for the amount of food I did compared to the rectangular 13-inch one. Worked fantastic. Now it's time to see if the salmon is done yet. Oh yeah, it looks beautiful. Look at that. Nice, beautiful color. The vegetables are done. The potatoes are browning a little bit. And I'm going to drizzle a little balsamic vinaigrette on there. And I'm going to finish it off with some 15-year-old aged balsamic vinaigrette. Just drizzle a little on top. Give it a wonderful flavor. I have two ideas here for the mini cocotte. I have a Boursin cheese, lobster, macaroni and cheese. I made the Boursin cheese sauce, put the cooked pasta in and topped it off with lobster. And miso broth I made with some mushrooms, seaweed, cilantro, and some shrimp. These were pre-made, and then we're going to put the lid on them and finish them off in the oven at 350. I'm going to take these and place them in the oven. All we'll have to do is warm them up to about 165. Okay, we're going to check on the coquettes, and they look done to me. We're going to check on our lobster macaroni and cheese. And oh, that looks beautiful. Came out fantastic. And throw a little Parmesan Reggiano cheese on top, and then a little chives to finish it off. Voila. We're going to check on the shrimp and miso broth with the udon noodles. Oh, that looks delicious. Mouth-watering. So I'm already getting hungry. This is a beautiful way of doing individual servings. You could do a variety at a party or just have everybody have their own little serving. I have a chuck roast here, and we're going to braise that in a pan for pot roast. I'm going to take the salt and pepper and season it nicely on the outside. There we go. Have the chuck roast, and we're going to bring it over to our oval roaster, and we're going to braise it in the pan. I'm going to pick up the beef and check on the fond on the bottom of the pan. Look at that. Even a non-stick pan, it creates a nice fond. Now I'm adding the red wine now to give it a little flavor before we put it in the oven. The lid on. It'll seal it nicely and keep all the moisture from the wine in there. And then place it in the oven. I'm going to turn the oven down a little bit to 300 and let it cook low and slow. Roast are nice that way. They come out tender.